security services. So these are your security services on AWS. But however, we will not be restricting our discussion only around security services, but we will also be studying the other services like IAM, so like storage. So there are some general services because when an industry, when an organization is moving towards cloud, they would be using that. Also, I have a PPT design, so where we will be studying why organizations are using AWS. So that will help you to understand what are the why, what is the reason, what is the business model any organization is using AWS. In that, to achieve that business model, for example, mine is a website development company. Okay, so I have a company who are into website creation, website development. So I am using AWS, and on AWS, what do I need to develop? I need some systems. So EC2 instance I will be using. So I need to give those machines to my users. So I will be using IAMs, okay, to create those users and then assign it. And then there are different, so there are some additional software that needs to be installed on those machines. So how do I do that? And will I be able to directly download it? Are all the ports open on those EC2 instances? So we will be getting into all those details at EC2 instance level. What is that security we need to take care of? And also security is a shared services, the shared responsibility when it comes to AWS. So AWS also takes care of some of the security concerns for its clients, and we as the users or clients of AWS, we also need to take care of. We will also be taking care of some of the security features on our end. So again, we will be studying those in detail. So what are each other's responsibilities? So we will
So
be
like
covering all.
we will not be covering like this Splunk or any security solution, any particular
That is
security
the
solution.
same solution. So that is the same solution you are referring. So we will not be covering SIM solution. Okay. And there is no SIM solution from AWS. From Azure, we have Sentinel. On AWS, there is no SIM solution yet developed by AWS. But however, they have some security solution. They have some guard duty. They have Cloud Trail, Cloud Watch. So enabling which you will be able to monitor the environment. But however, it won't be giving you alerts directly. So you can integrate your SIM solution into these security services, and then you can get the alerts. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Like, are we like implementing, deploying, or anything like this? Like we are integrating any SIM solution to the cloud.
We are, yes, in this course, we will not be integrating any SIM solutions. Okay.
Okay.
We will not be integrating it, but however, I will be showing you how that can be done. From where you can integrate, okay, so from where you can integrate onto these security services. Okay. So each of these security services are meant to achieve specific security features on AWS. And now, as I told, they do not throw you alerts. And if your end result is you need to get some alerts, you need to parse this data. These guys, for example, your Cloud Watch. So, Cloud Watch will just watch the cloud environment, as the name suggests, and it will just try to collect the logs. And now it will not tell you whether there is an alert or whether there is something suspicious that is happening. It will just keep on writing the logs. Now it's your responsibility to take all those logs, parse that logs, correlate that logs, put into SIM solution. Okay. So all these things you can do it. You can get all the logs from cloud from these security solutions, push that onto your SIM solution. Like whatever onboarding you do on your Splunk, you onboard your Active Directory, you onboard your user machines, you onboard your email server, you onboard your database server. So similarly, you can in your Splunk, you can onboard your AWS logs as well. And these security solutions work with the third party SIM solutions. Okay, so they can be onboarded onto the SIM solution. And like again, the story is same when it comes to Splunk. So like any other data source, AWS is also one of the data source on your Splunk. You can push all the logs from AWS, correlate it, parse it, then there will be an alert that is coming, and then you will be able to investigate on that alert. And now that investigation is little different when it is your regular SOC to in your regular infrastructure when it comes to cloud. Okay, in your regular infrastructure, you'll get in touch with Active Directory to get the account blocked. And here you are expected to know IAM, because IAM is where users get created. IAM is where your policies are created and then attached to the users. Now you will need to understand what IAM is. Okay, so how policies are written, how you can control access to the resources in AWS using IAM. Okay, what type of permissions can be given. So that all there is a demo. So you will need to know.
So these AWS security services, that is Guard Duty, CloudWatch, Cloud Health, so we can integrate these logs to our third-party SIM tool over the cloud.
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong over here. These are the services which are provided by AWS. Cloud Duty, AWS. Basically, we need to enable this in the AWS account. These logs are then transferred to the S3 buckets. From S3 buckets, then basically this logs are basically from S3 buckets are pushed towards SIM for the alert.
That is your understanding. So these are all the services developed by AWS. Okay, so you will need to enable them. Whatever is required in your organization, you need to enable that. And also there is cost associated with these services. Okay, and in detail, you can check whatever the cost or the pricing that we have for each of these services. You can check, and if you feel that okay, it is necessary for you to understand or to make note of these logs, then you can go ahead and enable these services and push the logs from these services onto your S3 bucket. So S3 you can integrate it into your SIM solution, or you can push it into your security hub, AWS security hub, which again, collects all the logs. So from guard duty, whatever security logs we have, from Cloudwell, from CloudWatch, CDN, Cloud, all these logs can be pushed into a central hub called security hub. And from this security hub, you can integrate it. From these logs, you can integrate it to any of the SIM solutions that you have. If that SIM solution is having what if it can look into the logs that are coming from AWS. And I think most of the SIM solutions today does, like your Splunk can look, or because the backend the logs, the way we get logs here is different from the logs that we get from other machines. So your Splunk should understand AWS logs as well. Accordingly, it should index, it should parse the logs, it should index the logs, and it should correlate, and it has to give you the alerts. Yeah? So yes, your understanding is. So this is what we will be studying in detail about cloud security in these classes. So not just around security. So you will have to know. So if you have to provide security to something, first you should understand what is that you have to provide security to, right? So for example, you are trying to build a building, okay, construct a commercial building. So where 10 floors of commercial building you are trying to construct, and three of them you are trying to rent it out to some corporate companies, and three of the floors you are trying to rent it out to some food vendors. Okay, and three to your shopping complexes shopping floors you want to make it, right? So now first thing is you will not hire a security guard, because security is important. Yes, so security is important for building. So first and foremost thing is you will not hire a security guard. So first you will construct a building, and then you will, so you will have to decide on how many floors it has to have, what is that you will be doing in what floor, right? And then get in all the engineers who will be doing all the blueprints for you, and then getting the things done, right? So then the construction, getting the cement, bricks, so all the construction will happen, and then the CCTV, the wiring, plumbing work will go on, the electricity work will go on, the flooring, the roofing, so all those things will continue. And at every stage, they will try to make it secure. So how will you try to make it secure? So you'll construct a walls, then you will provide doors to each of the shops that you are trying to construct in your building. Okay, during construction phase also you take care of security by just not hiring a security guard. So you will not leave open all the floors or all the shops that you are building in each of the floors. Okay, so whatever compartment you do for the floors, you try to get a strong door, strong lock to it, and then attach it. You will also for one floor you will also try to put a CCTV cameras. Okay, so each floor. This way you are taking care of security at different aspects to make your building stand strong and secure. So you will also lay a strong foundation, right? And also, the architecture and whatever floor and whatever quality of material, because you want your building to be secure, it should be strong. So for that you choose a good quality cement, you choose good quality sand, good quality bricks, right? And then at a later stage, when everything gets inauguration is done, everything is done, and when you rent it out to the respective people, that's when you get in a security guard. And now a security guard will have to understand what this is. Okay, this is a commercial building and three floors are being rented out to corporate people. Three floors are shopping complex, shopping shops we have, and three floors are to given out to the food vendors. Right? So things like this, your security guard will understand. Okay, so he will, what are his roles and responsibilities? So CCTV cameras are working or not? So where is that room? And so is that room made secure? So who is having access to that room? Who is not having access? So anybody entering the building should have ID card, should not have ID. So things like this. So similarly, even on AWS, we will be studying like your building materials and at every stage. So CCTV camera could be or the doors, locks. So similarly, we will be seeing what purpose organizations are using AWS for, and how is that you will have to provide security at that level. So EC2 level, what is that security concept? At VPC level, what is that security you need to take care of? And at subnet level, what is that security constraint you will have to adhere to? Right? And then for an additional observation, you will be enabling all these services because you cannot, yes, you have taken care of security, but however, you cannot just rely on them. There has to be somebody who will have to stand watch. Just because you have built a building with strong doors and locks, you cannot say that, okay, so I don't need a security guard. No, you still need a security guard because you need to know who is having actual access to that building, so to that floor. Okay, so whether he is an authorized person to get into the building. Because there are CCTV cameras, you cannot still skip having